The man accused of shooting two people in a Richland Fred Meyer enters a plea, where the case stands now. And plans are in the works for a food co-op in Richland. We'll explain what that is coming up.
And we continue to look beautiful heading into the last weekend of winter. I'll get you and your family ready for the day.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
I'm Jason Valentine. Oh, we've made it to Thursday.
Yes, we have.
Oh, it's very exciting. But we do have something serious to talk about. We do have a closure. We have clear skies throughout the state, all of our states, but we have a closure on Snoqualmie Pass due to a fatal accident. Let's take a look outside. I'll get to that in a second. Again, another beautiful morning, folks. Expect plenty of sunshine. Of course, we got to wait till after 7 o'clock for that sunshine. As I said, clear skies throughout all of our states. What a beautiful day we have in store. But Snoqualmie Pass, despite being clear, there is a fatal accident at exit 63. So it is closed eastbound. It is open westbound, and they don't have any time, no specific time on when the eastbound will clear. So just be aware of that. No restrictions for the rest of our passes. So plenty of sunshine today, my goodness, and we're going to be seeing highs pretty much on par with what we saw yesterday for the Yakima area, for the Tri-Cities, maybe a touch warmer. And look at all this blazing sunshine. But over in the Blue Mountain region, we're going to see temperatures finally get to those mid-50s, kind of joining everyone else. We do expect light winds. Just a gorgeous Thursday is ahead. But will that hold up through the weekend? I have the answer. My full forecast is coming up. But for right now, let's send it back to Jill.
The man accused of shooting two people last February inside the Richland Fred Meyer has pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. Aaron Christopher Kelly was arraigned yesterday afternoon inside Benton County Superior Court. He was found competent to stand trial by medical staff at Eastern State Hospital earlier this year. Cap KVUE spoke with Benton County Prosecutor Eric Isinger, who says a pretrial and trial date have been set. Both sides of the case will likely have to get medical personnel involved before proceeding. Richland police are investigating a deadly crash involving a pedestrian. Investigators had to close down several blocks of Stevens Drive south of PNNL early Wednesday morning. Police say someone was in the road and got hit by a car. They have not identified the victim so far. Police say the driver stayed there and is cooperating. We're told the driver was not impaired, and police do not believe that speed was a factor in the crash. Amanda Knox spent 4 years in an Italian prison for a murder she didn't commit. Now she's an author and journalist working to make a difference. Yesterday, she spoke at the Capitol Theater as part of their Yakima Town Hall series, where Cap KVUE's Emily Goodell got to hear her story firsthand.
Knox says one of the most extraordinary parts about her case is how many people remember her name in connection with her roommate's murder, but don't know the name of the man who was eventually convicted for the crime, Rudy Gaudet. Knox told the crowd about her experience in the Italian prison and getting out. How, even though she was eventually freed, it took a long time for her to feel that way.
They told me that it would only be for a few days, when in fact, I didn't leave that place for 1,428 days. And were it up to the prosecution, I never would have left.
At the end of telling her story, Knox left the audience with this: you are more than the worst thing that has ever happened to you, and survival is just the beginning. Reporting in Yakima, Emily Goodell, Cap KVUE Local News.
The president's budget request was released recently. Hanford officials released the breakdown of the request, which included how much President Biden put in for the Hanford site cleanup. The president's budget request for Hanford cleanup is in 2024 is just over $3 billion. David Bowen, Nuclear Waste Program Manager, says despite this record-breaking budget, to keep things on schedule, the Department of Ecology is looking for a bit more.
It is record-breaking. We really appreciate that we were all heard and all the work that the delegation did. But we still have some more to do. There's still some projects that need to be done, and to stay on schedule and follow the life cycle cost report and keep all those projects moving and finish within this century, it's going to need additional funding. And right now we're projecting that to be about $700 million more. We're going to do our best to try and put a dent in that as we go through Congress.
That $3 billion is a portion of the $8.3 billion for environmental management programs to support the cleanup of nuclear weapons production. It still has to go through Congress for the finalized 2024 fiscal budget. In the past, there's been a call for a Trader Joe's to come to the Tri-Cities, some wanting a Sprouts or Whole Foods. But what about a food co-op? It's essentially a smaller grocery store that's owned by its members. The market will primarily carry locally grown food with a focus on organics. One of the many brains behind the effort is Alan Schreiber. You may have seen his produce at nearby farmers markets. He says there's definitely a demand for a food co-op in the Tri-Cities, especially on the type of products they'll offer.
The Tri-Cities is easily the largest population center that doesn't have a food co-op in the Northwest, and we want to have a food co-op. We want to be able to buy local produce and buy local organic produce.
Schreiber says they're planning on signing the lease to their Richland building soon and hope to get the build out started shortly after. The plan is to be open by June 1st. There's still time to become a member. It's a one-time fee, and we'll have a link online at yaktrinews.com. We'll return in just a moment, but first, Jason Valentine joins us live now for another quick look at weather.
It's a beautiful start to our Thursday morning. We're getting close to that weekend. Sunshine today, but will that continue? My forecast coming right up.
And TikTok's parent company is trying to work out a deal to keep operating in the U.S. amid the threat of being banned. That's coming up in your consumer headlines next on Good Morning Northwest.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
Taco time got you feeling like a craving lunatic? Can't explain your need for crispy, zesty? Can't remember my name until I get my hands on a Taco Time fish taco? You're not alone. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
We know vaccines, immunizations, and boosters save lives. They nearly eradicated polio, protected our infants from chickenpox and measles, and kept our kids safe from whooping cough and meningitis. The best way to keep your family safe from these viruses is to stay informed about when to get vaccinated. If you have questions about vaccinations, like COVID-19 or the flu, talk with your healthcare provider today. Learn more at askyourprovider.org.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe in the healing power of a new smile, the way it makes you look and feel, the way a smile lights up a room, so people can see the best version of you, which is why we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Scan the QR code to learn more, or visit affordabledentures.com.
Go ahead and smile.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
Great to see ya. Come on down. Welcome to Sea Galley. Dinner tonight or the Shipwreck Lounge. In case you forgot, we have your all-you-can-eat salad bar, and we can seat groups of up to 50 people. May I suggest our surf and turf special, prime rib and crab. Enjoy your meal and save room for dessert. We have a happy hour and big screen TVs. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you next time.
Next ET 101 with Kevin Hart, his TV hustle and prank show with Nick Cannon.
The level of fear that put in so many and
so many men.
Yes,
so many men. Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Cap KView.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
I didn't sleep last night.
Live with Kelly and Ryan. Today at 9 on Cap KView.
Welcome back, everyone. Don't tell the kids. The White House is supposedly threatening to ban TikTok in the United States. TikTok acknowledged Wednesday the Biden administration wants the app's Chinese parent company, ByteDance, to spin off their share of the social media platform. The app currently has more than 100 million U.S. users, and federal officials are concerned that the Chinese government could pressure TikTok into handing over users' personal information. TikTok has been trying to negotiate a deal with the Committee on Foreign Investment in the U.S. The deal could allow TikTok more than 2 years to continue operating in the U.S. despite security and privacy concerns. Well, gamers who play Fortnite can receive refunds for some past purchases they did not want to buy. The Federal Trade Commission announced Tuesday that it has finalized an order requiring Epic Games to pay $245 million to users tricked into making unwanted or unauthorized purchases. The FTC accused Fortnite of using a confusing button configuration where players would press a single button and incur unwanted charges. Epic says players can get refunds several ways, including a cancel purchase feature for some items and self-service refunds for others. Users can also have their bank reverse unauthorized transactions, and Fortnite says it will only disable accounts that indicate fraud. Well, coming up, a 9-year-old golfer from Richland is about to compete at one of the most prestigious golf clubs in the world. And folks, I'll return with my forecast. I'm going to get you a sneak peek at your weekend, including a beautiful day today. Folks, stick with us. Good Morning Northwest continues after this.
McCafe iced coffee is the perfect reward for those mornings that deserve a reward. Get a medium iced coffee, any flavor, for just $2. Take a treat retreat, available all day at McDonald's.
Next Extra, Milo Ventimiglia's love affair with a CIA agent under the covers.
Do you want to get out of here?
Milo tells me all about his sexy new thrill ride playing a con man and why he almost walked away from acting. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Cap KVU.
Hospital bills are often a surprise, and not the good kind. But you may also be surprised to learn that you can get 50, 75, or even 100% off those bills. Thanks to a new law, there's a good chance you're one of the 4 million Washingtonians who qualify. Whether or not you have health insurance, the law requires hospitals provide the care you need at an affordable cost. So ask your hospital or visit affordablehospital.wa.gov to see if you're eligible.
Does your bath or shower need a remodel? Bathfitter can do it all. We will remove your existing fiberglass tub or shower and replace it with a custom-crafted shower or soaker tub. All made in America at our state-of-the-art factory. We rebuild your walls with new drywall and install a custom-made tub or shower with seamless walls in as little as 1 day. All work is guaranteed and built to last. Call your locally owned Bathfitter store now to book your free in-home estimate or visit bathfitter.com.
In 1997, my father-in-law, John Ramsey, started this business. We took it from 2.5 acres. Now we have the big buildings and 22 acres. I'm very passionate about helping families get into an RV that they can go make memories and be excited about going anywhere. It's just a beautiful lifestyle for them. At home, you have the distractions and you don't get the same interaction as a family, so I really enjoyed that aspect of what we do here.
At Broadmoor RV, we make camping fun!
Welcome to the Village Bistro. We're happy you're here. I wanted to share with you some of the things we have on our menu. One of my favorite things is our lemon ricotta pancakes, topped with blueberries and powdered sugar and butter, and oh my, they are so delicious. You gotta try our 4-cheese mac and cheese, our burgers. Some say they're the best in town. We love to get to know each customer that comes in, and we want you to feel like family when you're with us.
Make an experience this weekend to Vapiano. Relax in the country, experience the wine, and share in the joy. Vapiano awaits you and your friends. Make it a day to remember. Vapiano Estate and Winery. Slow down, enjoy the journey.
Would you look at that?
It's beautiful.
What?
It's our boy.
So proud.
There's no better morning than a buy one, get one for $1 morning at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Weather alert today. Cap KVU local news first alert weather, helping keep you and your family safe. Now, Cap KVU first alert weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. Oh, we're getting close to that weekend. Hope you enjoyed yesterday. A very similar day is on tap. More sunshine. We do have light winds. Those have slowed down, and the next precipitation could be coming to our area Sunday night to early Monday. So we're keeping a close eye on that. Keeping a close eye also on our radar. Look at this. It is free and clear throughout our areas. Of course, this much clear skies means cool temperatures to start your day. So our futurecast as we move along in today, as we get to our afternoon, maybe just a hint of cloud coverage, but my goodness, this is going to last into Friday and into at least the start of our weekend. But like I said, we could see a little bit of shower activity coming in Sunday late. So that really is the next chance of seeing any precipitation throughout our cities. So we are chilly this morning with those clear skies. Only area above the freezing level is 34 for Walla Walla. Other than that, we're just below it, and we get a little bit cooler as we get into the mid-Columbia, mid to upper 20s. 29 for Yakima, 23 for Ellensburg. Actually warmer this morning in Yakima than it was yesterday at this time. So our temperatures, we're the epitome of staying at the average. This is for the Tri-Cities. The average temperature, 59. We are just under it or just above it for the next week ahead. And folks, we really expect to be right around our average as we get to the next 2 weeks. So not really too much variance in our temperatures. So what you see pretty much is what you're going to get for the foreseeable future. So our winds, they have slowed down today. Light winds throughout our areas. That is going to continue into tomorrow and truly into the weekend. Looks like our next bit of wind action will be coming on Monday as we get around 10-mile-per-hour winds. Still not really a wind event, and we're going to remain there as we start spring on Monday. So just a hint of wind on our way as we move into our next work week. Speaking of spring, our countdown. Hey, St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow. Don't forget to wear green. Unfortunately, I can't wear green or I would disappear while doing weather, but that's all right. Spring is 4 days away, folks, and April Fool's Day, 16 days away. Our highs today, we are warmer, mid-50s, 49 for Ellensburg. Ellensburg almost getting to that 50-degree mark. In the mid-Columbia, we're in the mid to, let's just call it, upper 50s. In the Blue Mountain region, they were mired around 50 degrees yesterday. With those light winds, we're going to be seeing it right in the mid-50s. So our 7-day forecast for Yakima, more sunshine is on the way. Very beautiful start to our weekend, but we could see some shower activity late Sunday or early on Monday. Should be very light, and we could see some off and on showers in our next work week. But highs mid to upper 50s for the week ahead. And by Friday late night, we're going to finally be at least around the freezing mark into our next work week. In the Tri-Cities area, upper 50s to lower 60s for the week ahead as we just slowly, incrementally warm up towards our weekend. And our weekend is looking very nice. But again, Sunday late night into Monday morning, we could see those showers show up. And our overnight lows after Friday late night and really after Saturday late night, mid-30s. So we're not really seeing any movement in our daytime highs, but our overnight lows are just slowly starting to warm up. But for today, for your Thursday, light winds, highs mid to upper 50s, and just ample sunshine. And that sunshine should stick with us at least until Sunday afternoon.
Drive, Chip, and Putt is a nationwide youth golf development initiative for boys and girls ages 7 to 15. They're designed to inspire a new generation to choose golf as a lifetime pursuit. The top performers of each year earn the opportunity to compete in the national finals at one of the most prestigious golf clubs in the world, the Augusta National, home of the Masters Tournament. One of those top performers comes from right here in the Tri-Cities. Cap KVU's Riley Fitzgerald tells us this 9-year-old has got some serious game.
9-year-old Emily Wynn is headed from the Evergreen State to the Peach State as one of the DCP national finalists for 2023.
Well, I think that I'm going to enjoy the views.
Her feet have been on the green for a long time, from following her dad as he recreationally golfed when she was younger, to now, 2 years after picking up a putter for the first time, attending nationals for drive, chip, and putt.
Last year was the first year that Emily did drive, chip, and putt, and we were blown away. She did really well and got to the regional qualifier, and we didn't believe we were going to get there.
The goal of the initiative is to focus on the 3 fundamental skills golfers use: driving, chipping, and putting.
My favorite part about golfing is the chipping, probably because it's one of the hardest things, and also because I like just practicing it.
Neither Emily or her father seem nervous about the national competition.
No, I figure the hard part is over, that she actually qualified for Augusta. Obviously, if she wins, it would be pretty exciting, but I don't want to put pressure on her.
I feel excited and I don't really have nerves. I do fine under pressure, so I think I'm going to perform fine.
She's got a few more weeks of practice in the Tri-Cities before taking on one of the best and biggest greens in the country.
Practice makes perfect.
Reporting for Cap KVU Local News, I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
Emily is one of 10 girls in her division who have all competed at local, sub-regional, and regional qualifiers to get to this final tournament. The 2023 Drive, Chip, and Putt National Finals tee off on Sunday, April 2nd. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, mapping the moon, where NASA believes lunar water once was.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's the Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's the Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's the Educated Cigar in Richland.
When it comes to supplying the farm, come to Northwest Farm Supply. Keep a flock healthy and happy with the largest selection of Purina around. Plus, all the equipment you need to keep the farm running right. And we have the best customer service. We really do. Northwest Farm Supply in Hermiston, Prosser, and Othello.
Toby Crenshaw was formerly charged with the murder of Gloria Nanmack.
You confessed?
I didn't have a choice.
That sounded like a coerced confession. Did we just play a part in the rush to judgment?
Watch tonight at 9 on ABC and Camp KVU, sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health, providing compassionate, high-quality care for over 75 years.
Your roof protects your home and family every day. Shouldn't it be the best roof possible? With Air Roofing, a family-owned business in Prosser, you'll see why our customer reviews speak for themselves. No job too small, big enough to take care of your roofing needs. Air Roofing, a company built on quality and reputation.
At the Blue Mountain Station Cooperative in Dayton, Washington, we offer you the Pacific Northwest's finest local products. Fresh baked goods, locally grown produce, artisan cheese, fresh roasted coffee, wine, honey, and so much more. We invite you to explore Dayton today.
When great food meets delivery, people just smile. Taste and See Deli in Yakima offers delicious catering that's home cooked like family. And whether you need a dozen box lunches or 100 breakfast burritos, we've got you covered. Give us a call or stop by. Taste and See Deli.
Spring is in the air and creativity is blooming everywhere at Custer's 24th Annual Spring Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Join us as 150 artisans from across the Northwest display and sell their fine art, handcraft, and specialty foods. The variety and quality of work make this a must-see event. Single day admission, only $8. Tickets on sale now at custershows.com. Custer Spring Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco.
This is it, the RV sales event of the year at the Columbia Center Mall during the I Want to Getaway sales event. Get a trip to Vegas on us. Choose from the best brands, Coachman, Winnebago, Thor, and more. Payments just $175 per month. 0 down, 0 payments until June, and $4,000 over JD Power for your trade-in. Don't let these deals get away. 5 days only. March 15th to the 19th, the I Want to Getaway event at the Columbia Center Mall just off North Columbia Center Boulevard. Hurry in today.
Post Falls Dam on Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
Welcome back. NASA says the moon has much more water on it than they once believed. And now they have a map to show it. Take a look.
Excellent. NASA shared this map of the moon's water Wednesday. It was pieced together in a study using NASA's joint project with Germany's space agency. And as you can see, researchers believe much of the lunar water can be found on the moon's south pole. The darker the blue area, the more concentration of water.
They say the water is in the soil tends to shy away from sunlight and favors cold areas. They note water may also be found as ice crystals or molecules bonded to other materials. NASA says this is important because lunar water could one day be a critical resource for establishing a long-term human presence on the moon.
That's why they're looking for water on Mars as well,
Yeah, that's
Jill.
right.
Well, one North Carolina high school student is proof that hard work pays off. This is 18-year-old Ania Richardson. She is set to graduate this spring with a 4.2 GPA, and she is a talented musician, having taught herself to play numerous instruments.
I started teaching myself guitar. I did violin freshman year, and then I tried to learn drums this year, and I'm kind of getting into it.
My goodness, talented girl. Ania has been accepted to 28 different colleges, and if that's not enough, those schools have also offered her a total of $2.1 million in scholarships. However, Ania is still waiting to hear back from 2 more colleges before she decides on where to go. She says she wants to become a therapist to help cancer patients going through treatment alone.
Oh, we need more Anias in our world.
Yes, and with that amount of scholarships, she can go to college for a long time.
Absolutely. So keep on playing those instruments. And I just love people who can teach themselves instruments. There's just a certain amount of talent, sheer talent to be able to do that. Absolutely. Yeah. All right, folks, I have a look at your first alert weather forecast. It's coming right up. Also, we have a closure on one of our passes. I'll get to that after the break.
And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, investigators in Sacramento are looking into an attempted helicopter heist and aircraft crash. Plus, storms on either side of the country leave a path of destruction in their wake.
In today's Tech Bites, AI comes to LinkedIn. A new feature similar to ChatGPT can be used to create job listings and resumes and update your profile. It's now being tested first by premium subscribers. LinkedIn is telling people to read through the generated information to make sure it's accurate. And years of demand by Minecraft fans has finally paid off. The game is now on Chromebooks. An early access version of the Bedrock Edition launched on Wednesday. It retails for $20, but will be cheaper for those who already own the Android app. And the hugely popular Aura Smart Ring has added a new feature that tracks your sleep patterns. It can tell whether users are morning people or night owls, allowing them the ability to adjust their schedules for maximum sleep benefits. We can all use those. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day.
Book now at dreamsresorts.com with savings of up to 40%.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 selling nerve care company. Nervive contains alpha-lipoic acid to relieve occasional nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort. Try Nervive Nerve Relief.
Dad, you alright?
The road to college can be expensive. Luckily, Bank of America lets Dad switch his Choice Cashback category, so he earns more on gas.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
More banking issues, but this time the financial fallout coming from across the Atlantic. And underpaid migrant workers from Mexico are about to get the wages they're owed.
And we continue to look beautiful heading into our last weekend of winter. I'll get you ready and your family ready for the day.
From Camp KVU Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
I'm Jason Valentine. We've made it to Thursday, and one cool thing about our shift, Jill, is we do get out earlier than most folks from work, and we get to enjoy the sunshine. I enjoyed some of it. Yes. Did you get out at all?
I didn't get out, but it has been nice. Even just soaking it up in my living room, it's lovely.
Yeah, no, it is nice. And Jill's doing double duty. She's producing and anchoring. So my goodness. All right, folks, let's take a look outside. Folks, another beautiful day ahead, and we'll see that sun come up just after 7 o'clock. Just beautiful conditions today. If you enjoyed yesterday, well, my goodness, today is even better because we do expect to see light winds throughout our area. So we do have clear skies throughout our areas, and that includes really northeastern Oregon, all of Washington. But we do have an odd closure at one of our passes. Eastbound Snoqualmie Pass is closed at mile marker 63 due to a fatal collision. So again, the westbound lanes are fine, and that's where most of the people who are watching this will be headed. But there should be a slowdown there, so just do be aware. They don't know what time that's going to be cleared up. All our other passes, though, looking mighty fine. Also mighty fine our day today. Plenty of sunshine. Yakima, you're going to be in the mid-50s with maybe a hint of cloud coverage. Tri-Cities, ample sunshine, maybe even upper 50s today, just slowly warming up. And well, the Blue Mountain region, they finally make it to the mid-50s as well, and plenty of sunshine. So folks, get ready for a great Thursday, but will it hang on through the weekend? I'll let you know my full forecast, but for right now, let's send it back to Jill.
U.S. stocks dropped Wednesday due in large part to investors' fears about future problems in the banking industry. This comes on the heels of another major financial fall, this time from an institution across the Atlantic. John Lawrence reports.
Credit Suisse, one of Switzerland's top lenders, has been struck with the banking blues. On Wednesday, its stock value tumbled as much as 30% after its largest shareholder announced it wouldn't increase its funding for the 167-year-old institution.
It's certainly not great in the context of the bank failures that we suffered here earlier this week. You know, everyone's on edge, and it just adds to the angst.
Some of the angst may be fading as Credit Suisse says it'll borrow 50 billion Swiss francs, about 54 billion US dollars, from the Swiss National Bank. Officials there, in a joint statement with the Swiss Financial Market Supervisory Authority and Credit Suisse, say the problems of, quote, certain banks in the USA do not pose a direct risk of contagion for the Swiss financial markets. Speaking of the banks in the USA,
I don't think this is a time for panic or alarm. This is not 2008.
Since Silicon Valley Bank collapsed last week, many depositors have been yanking their money out of small banks and putting it in accounts at bigger banks like Wells Fargo and Bank of America.
Not being able to get your money out of the bank is a fear, but it is not a realistic possibility or realistic threat that Americans are facing.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
The FDIC only insures up to $250,000 per bank per depositor, regardless of a bank's size. Large banks are generally seen as safer, though, because they have more cash available, and the government is more likely to bail them out if they fail. The U.S. is working with Mexico to pay $6.5 million in lost wages to 13,000 Mexican nationals. The recipients worked in the U.S. under a temporary foreign worker program before returning to Mexico. The problem is they weren't paid what employers were supposed to pay them, or they didn't receive proper overtime wages. The Department of Labor has recovered the money owed to them. Now it is working with Mexico's government to locate the workers and make sure they get paid. Police in Sacramento, California are investigating a helicopter theft and crash. The heist happened early Wednesday morning at the Sacramento Executive Airport. Police received a report of helicopters being broken into, and one had appeared to crash.
We do have surveillance footage that we've been able to see, and then we have been processing for other evidence as well. And all of that evidence together has led us to believe that there's an individual that we want to at least speak to about this particular incident.
No one was injured in the crash, but it did cause major damage to the helicopter. At last check, no suspect has been arrested. We reported on one close call after another between airplanes. Now the Federal Aviation Administration is taking action. While many of those incidents are still under investigation, yesterday the FAA gathered airline industry representatives, labor groups, and aviation experts for a meeting to talk about what needs to change to make sure that people are safe on airplanes.
As we look at the recent incidents of the last year or so, and as NTSB and FAA continue to investigate, we can't wait for the next catastrophic event to seek the warning signs of today, fully determine the contributing factors, and swiftly address them.
The Safety Summit will be looking at recent aviation incidents, looking for patterns and risk factors. And the FAA says there are already new safety measures being put into place, like modernizing airport infrastructure and rolling out new technology for safer landings. A train derailed Wednesday night in western Arizona near the border with California. Freight Railway Network, BNSF, says its train was carrying corn syrup. According to the company, preliminary reports indicate no hazardous materials were involved. No injuries were reported. BNSF says about 8 cars derailed, blocking the main track. The incident is under investigation. The federal government has signed off on a huge railroad merger proposal. Canadian Pacific is planning to buy Kansas City Southern for around $31 billion. The Surface Transportation Board says the new railroad will make it easier to transport everything from grain to car parts between the U.S. and Mexico. They're also estimating that the merger will push companies to use rail transportation instead of semi-trucks, and it's expected to add more than 800 union jobs in the U.S. And now to the danger and destruction after 2 major storms on both sides of the country, from landslides to home explosions to dramatic rescues in both the water and snow. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the latest.
The storms that dumped record rain in California have left danger and destruction in their wake.
A very tense situation.
A dramatic helicopter rescue in Los Angeles, a man trapped in the LA River, crews fighting the fast-moving water.
This is what happens when we see rain. We see this LA River just continue to swell.
The 51-year-old was rushed to the hospital to be treated for hypothermia.
The whole hill is just struggling right now.
Danger on land, too. The heavy rains triggering landslides. In San Clemente, at least 4 apartment buildings were evacuated after a landslide left them teetering on the edge of this cliff.
It's possible we've lost everything.
Mudslides in Nevada, too. This home badly damaged, but no one injured. One silver lining? All that rain is easing some drought concerns. Mandatory water restrictions are now being lifted for nearly 7 million people in Southern California. Meanwhile, on the East Coast, millions are now digging out from that powerful nor'easter. In Massachusetts, 2 hikers stranded in more than 2 feet of snow were rescued at 2 a.m. after an hours-long search. And 2 teenage skiers also rescued after spending 3 hours in chest-deep snow. In the meantime, homeowners are now being warned to make sure their gas meters aren't buried in snow after this home explosion in South Dakota. One of 2 recent explosions in the state blamed on buried gas meters. The plains in the upper Midwest getting more snow today. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Well, calmer conditions here in our area. Jason Valentine is here with a look at your forecast.
Folks, if you enjoyed your Wednesday, you're going to love your Thursday. Beautiful conditions on the way, but will last through the weekend. All of your forecast is coming right up.
And the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is out with new data on maternal deaths. Find out how the numbers are trending next.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together.
Get 0 for 36 plus $2,000 trade-in cash on an in-stock 2022 Escape, only at your local Ford dealer.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Every location is conveniently located and gives you the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. We have something for everyone, including gift cards for any occasion. Check out the specials and deals today. Open 7 days a week in 5 locations: Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Taco time got you feeling like a craven lunatic? Can't explain your need for crispy, zesty? Can't remember my name until I get my hands on a Taco Time fish taco? You're not alone. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, plus Saturdays for when the week gets to be too full. West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, stunning smiles for the whole family.
From Cat View, Apple Valley Eats.
Hi, my name is Jessica Snook, and I'm the Retail Operations Manager of Roscoe's Coffee, located in Richland, Washington. Roscoe's Coffee has been in business for 2 years in March, And Treasure Valley Coffee has been open for nearly 30 years in this area. Treasure Valley Coffee is a family-owned business owned locally here by the Ross Kelly family. They started out in their garage and they have developed and grown into so much more. They built this beautiful warehouse about 3 years ago where we roast 5,000 to 10,000 pounds of coffee a week. And they had always had a dream of opening a retail site to be the face of their company. That's where Roscoe's Coffee came in. So we bring in coffees from all around the world: Guatemala, Honduras, Costa Rican, Tanzania, and many more. Roscoe's Coffee offers a signature coffee club membership. We offer a 2-pound or a 4-pound option that will renew on a monthly basis, so you don't have to think about stocking that coffee cabinet. We can ship it to you, or you can pick it up at Roscoe's here on Logston Boulevard. Roscoe's Coffee, I really feel that it's very important to give back to our local community. If it wasn't for our community, we wouldn't be here either. So I find it very important to give back. That's why we have the fundraising program. A portion of every cup sold gets donated back to local veterans. We want to make sure that we are giving back where we can.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together.
Get 0 for 36 plus 2,000 trade-in cash on an in-stock 2022 Escape. Only at your local Ford dealer.
E.T. followed by Extra tonight at 7 on Cap KView.
Welcome back, everyone. It's 5:41 on this Thursday morning. Well, concerning new data from the U.S. Centers of Disease and Control and Prevention show the U.S. maternal death rate rose sharply in 2021. The data released Wednesday shows the number of women who died of maternal causes rose to more than 1,200 people. It's a sharp increase from years earlier, which were 658 deaths in 2018, 754 in 2019, and 861 in 2020. The new data also notes significant racial disparities. The rates among black women were more than twice as high as those of white women. State lawmakers are continuing their work on a safe staffing proposal for Washington hospitals. This bill has been it's seen significant changes since the beginning of the legislative session. Nurses and other healthcare workers have been saying for years that they need more people to help care for patients. And of course, it only got worse since the pandemic began. The Washington State Hospital Association agreed, but said that creating laws about staffing would just end up costing hospitals more money. The version of the safe staffing bill up for debate right now is a compromise. And yesterday, both hospital association representatives and nurses told lawmakers they're hoping for a yes vote.
Hospitals are already required to have staffing committees, but the language in the established legislation does not hold hospitals accountable to actually adopting the recommendations of nurses. This bill would change the current unbalanced power in our staffing committees and bring equal power back into the hands of nurses.
What's unique about this proposal is that it focuses on those hospitals where they are not meeting their staffing plan. And if you're not in compliance, about 80% of compliance within a 30-day period, you then are triggered by the Department of Health to come in and do a corrective action plan for the hospitals.
This proposal has already passed the state Senate and is now before the House. Lawmakers have until April 12th to hold a final vote. Coming up, hundreds of rabbits are seized from a Puyallup bunny rescue. Why animal control decided to step in. And folks, I'll return next with your first alert weather forecast. More sun is on the way. Folks, you're watching Good Morning Northwest. Stick with me.
This newscast sponsored by Nissan.
What are the biggest operational challenges on your farm? Data management and displays? Navigating the John Deere Operations Center? Equipment setup and in-field adjustments? If you have precision agriculture questions, we have the Precision Ag Answers. Join RDO Equipment Company's team of experts for Precision Ag Answers, a collection of videos covering John Deere precision ag technology. Everything from quick tips to basic how-tos and in-depth tutorials.
The easiest bank shot you'll ever make is at Legends Casino Hotel, where you can turn $1,000 into $10,000 every Thursday. Use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries into the drawings all month long. Winners will have 3 chances to multiply $1,000 by 2, 3, 4, even 10 times. Play Bank Shot in March and you could be marching all the way to the bank with a basket full of cash. Only at Legends Casino Hotel, within 3-point winning distance.
This is how legends are made. Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups or get $2,750 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a turbo high output engine. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
Join us for the Active for Life Senior Prom March 23rd from 4 to 6:30 p.m. at the Uptown Theater in Richland. There will be dinner, games, a photo booth, live music, and of course, dancing. Grab your favorite senior, put on your best Roaring 20s outfit, and dance the night away. We'll see you there.
The journey home can look a little different to everyone. That's why our expert technicians are here to make sure that wherever you feel at home, whether it's when you're hard at work, surrounded by loved ones, or cheering them on from the sidelines, you get there. Because we know a vehicle is really more than a vehicle. It's your way home.
Find your next Mazda at McCurley Mazda and get 2.9% financing.
I've only seen the Olympics, so I naturally...
That's what's funny. You know how you see that one shot of him?
Next 5, Bob Odenkirk, Carrie Coon, plus Live Sleep Week.
Today at 9 on Cap KView. Now, Cap KView First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful Wednesday and you're having a nice morning so far. Hope you're enjoying whatever beverage you have to get you up. So we are looking at very nice conditions throughout our areas. Of course, with the time change, we've got to wait till after the 7 o'clock hour to see that sunshine, but we have more sunshine on the way. Clear skies right now. We do have light winds out there. Next rain possibly is coming Sunday late night, possibly into Monday morning as well. We're keeping a close eye on that, but besides that, we're looking at just gorgeous conditions. And if you enjoyed today, you're going, if you enjoyed yesterday, you're going to enjoy today. Mostly clear skies above us as we are slowly waking up on this Thursday morning. And we do expect to see just nice conditions for the day. Look at this, unfettered sunshine, more or less. And that will continue into our Friday and most likely into our Saturday as well. Maybe a hint of cloud coverage coming in late Friday, but my goodness, we have just some beautiful conditions. Now, we're not really seeing a spring preview though, because we're still at our average temperatures for this extremely latter part of winter. So we're not really seeing any variances with our temperatures either. Now, it is very chilly this morning due to the clear skies. Nothing to hold in the heat from the previous day. 22 right now, very chilly for Ellensburg. We're right at the freezing mark or just below it for the Blue Mountain region. Mid-Columbia, Yakima areas, mid to upper 20s. So bundle up as you're heading out the door this morning. And again, like I said, we're right around the average for this time of year. 59 is the average for the Tri-Cities for this late in the winter season. So we're just going to be right below it, right above it for the next week. And I do expect that to continue even beyond that. So we don't see too much like heat spots or cool spots, just kind of what you see is what you're going to get today, tomorrow, and well into our next work week. So winds taking a break today, and they're looking to be taking a break for a bit. The heavy winds were causing those cooler temperatures yesterday in the Blue Mountain region. That will change today. So light winds until we get to really Monday, and really just around 10 or so, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. So not much wind on the way, but very light winds for your weekend. All right, our countdown, St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow, Friday. My goodness, spring is 4 days away, of course, on Monday. April Fool's Day, 16 days away. And of course, when we hit April 1st, we are a quarter done with the lovely year of 2023. Our highs today staying the same in the Yakima region, mid-50s. 49 for Ellensburg, almost getting to that 50-degree mark. Mid to upper 50s for the Mid-Columbia. And as I said, over in the Blue Mountain region, we're back to those mid-50s, about a 5-degree upgrade from what we saw yesterday. 7-day forecast and more sunshine than not on the way. We're seeing mid to upper 50s into our weekend. Plenty of sunshine, though we have a chance of some late showers into Monday morning. Of course, we're going to keep a close eye on that and staying in those mid-50s well into our next work week. Overnight lows finally starting to catch up to the freezing mark starting Friday late night. In the Tri-Cities area, just slow incremental build up towards your weekend, getting up to 60 degrees for Saturday and Sunday. Folks, it is just going to be a beautiful weekend ahead. Again, Sunday night into Monday, we could be seeing some shower activity. But folks, a great Thursday with light winds is on the way. I hope you enjoy.
A Spokane man has pleaded guilty in the 2021 shooting of a federal agent. According to court documents, 25-year-old Randy Holmes, a known gang member, tried to buy a gun from an undercover ATF agent at a Motel 6. At some point, Holmes got into the agent's car and allegedly pointed a gun at their head. The agent then told Holmes the gun was in the back of the car. When Holmes ran around the back of the vehicle to get it, the agent told Holmes to drop the gun. He instead fired at the agent. History unfolded this week with the first all-women law enforcement flight crew in Washington state. The Spokane Regional Air Support Unit includes several first responder agencies. During a 2-hour flight, civilian pilot Megan Fine with tactical flight officers Michaela McKittrick and Crystal Bitzer assisted patrol units in their search for a missing child, a carjacking, and an assault, according to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office. Well, more than 240 rabbits have been seized from a rescue in Puyallup after complaints were filed against the business. Mo Hader spoke with the owner, who says she hopes to one day be back in business.
Here in Puyallup, Jennifer Lowe runs Binky Bunny, a rescue for domestic rabbits. Last month, Pierce County Animal Control seized 246 from her property after complaints that she had too many.
I'm doing all right. It was a struggle in the beginning. It was a shock.
With so many, there were concerns for their safety, and the rabbits were taken to the Humane Society for Tacoma and Pierce County.
The only regret I have is not saying no enough. I say no to surrenders all the time. I say, people call me, oh, there's this rabbit down, over here in this park. Can you help it? And I have to say no.
While she's under investigation for animal cruelty, Pierce County Animal Control is letting her take back the 11 that were hers within 60 days, only if they're neutered and spayed. Court documents also list other conditions. Some are that she can't advertise as an animal rescue and won't be allowed more than 21 rabbits on the property.
Yes, I will follow all of that. And then we hopefully one day we will get back into it, but we're going to rebuild.
And again, 11 of the seized rabbits will be returned to the owner. When we come back, a woman is caught on camera stealing a rug from a front porch, only to return it with an apology.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $2,100 off on a new Daikin Fit system and thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
We so amazing.
The stylish Chevy Equinox RS. And Chevy Blazer RS.
So captivating.
You don't have to be an influencer to be an influencer. The RS family of Chevy SUVs, definitely worth a follow. Get 2.9% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Equinox models, or get $1,000 cash allowance on all 2023 Equinox models. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
From Camp Keyview, Apple Valley Eats.
Horse Heaven is aptly named because of my wife's love for horses. Geographically, the Horse Heaven Hills. The beginning of the whole organization started right here in the brewery. We use lots of local hops, Northwest malts, of course, Prosser water. We started with the brewery, and in 2012 we bought a building adjacent to the brewery, 1912 building, old building here in downtown Prosser. And Horse Heaven Saloon, we have a real chef, Lori Kennedy, and you've seen some of her creations. We started in the restaurant business over there, and then we gradually added on. The next step that we added to the saloon was the parlor. We do private gigs up in the parlor. There's overnight rooms in the parlor. From the parlor, we created the game room. There's pool, there's a longboard shuffleboard, there is darts. So what we're trying to do is give people spaces to Prosser, to Eastern Washington. Cheers.
This ring is a commitment. After we got married, I got very sick. He would come every day to help me walk again. And now I'm back. This is a reminder
that love endures all.
Express your extraordinary love. Jared, love brilliantly.
What are you waiting for? Let's go.
Who wants to come fix a penis?
I'm in.
I would have bet my money on the other one.
Call Prosser Digestive Health Center at Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Welcome back on this Thursday morning. Let's take a look closer to home and more sunshine today. Maybe a little bit of cloud coverage, extra cloud coverage in the Kittitas County areas. Ellensburg trying to get to the 50-degree mark, still mired at 49. Over in the lovely Yakima region, we're looking at mid-50s across the board. Mostly sunny skies. Mostly sunny skies also for the mid-Columbia, mid to upper 50s. Hopefully it gets just a touch warmer than expected. But a beautiful day is ahead, and the good news for the Blue Mountain region, lighter winds today between 5 and 10 miles per hour with highs warmer by about 5 degrees, back to those mid-50s.
A bizarre theft in a Cincinnati neighborhood was caught on camera. A woman stealing a rug right off of someone's porch.
And stranger still, Jill, she later returned the rug with an apology note. Ken Brown has more.
This is easily one of the strangest thefts the North Side has ever seen. Watch as this woman walks up off the street, carefully moves around patio furniture, and delicately folds up the rug from this porch. The slow-moving suspect even takes the time to shake the dust out of the rug and into the flower bed.
We thought it was weird too. Yeah.
It looked like she was here with a purpose, and it almost looked like she was stealing it back from us, like we had stolen it from her in the first place.
Caitlin Jarvis and Jim Gepfrick didn't know what to think when they watched their doorbell camera footage back.
She put all of her furniture back, and then she just folded it up and left with it.
Jarvis can laugh about the situation now, but after this happened, she put up a post on social media seeking answers.
People that were angry, how could this woman just walk on your porch in broad daylight and steal your rug? And then there was the people who were trying to reason with it, like thinking it was hers or thinking that maybe she got scammed on Craigslist.
Caitlin's post must have reached the woman who took the rug because exactly a week after the rug disappeared, it was neatly placed back on the porch and the doorbell camera rolled again as the suspect returned the rug and identified herself as the woman who mistakenly took your rug. That was in a letter decorated with balloons.
I am exceedingly apologetic for taking your rug. It was an honest mistake. I was trying to pick up a free rug from a Craigslist offer, and I obviously got the wrong one. A College Hill neighbor.
The rug is now back where it belongs. No word if the woman will be facing any charges.
I don't know. Maybe it's just an honest mistake. You don't think so?
No.